Om. Adi Shankara is essentially a humanist. He is a great devotee, and above all, he is a positive perfectionist. His intellectual acumen, his spiritual sublimity are used to promote the life of people. He wanted himself to be useful to the society. He wanted everybody to be a person of knowledge, happiness, and devotion. In his childhood, he was a brahmachari. As a brahmachari, he was going to the houses to beg for alms. One day, he stood in front of a house and said, "Bhavati Bhikshan Dehi." The lady in the house searched for fruits or alms in the house. She could not find anything. Finally, she was able to get one dry fruit amla. She brought it. She was very shy to give that dry amla to the holy brahmachari. Looked at her, and Adi Shankara felt sorry for her plight. Immediately, he closed his eyes, meditated on Goddess Lakshmi, and sang the great Kanakadhara Stuti or Stavam. Immediately from heavens above, gold amlas, fruits, rained. He collected them all and gave them to the lady who had the generous helping nature. In this episode, we find the humanism of Adi Shankara. Today, many people recite Kanakadhara Stavam. In no house, not even a single rupee fell from the heavens. When Adi Shankara sang, money rained, golden fruits came. When we sing, we do not get. The reason, Adi Shankara did not sing Kanakadhara Stavam for his benefit. He did sing to help a poor lady of generous heart. Adi Shankara wanted everybody to be useful to the society, wanted everybody to be compassionate, kind-hearted. He wanted everybody to help the people in need. In this particular episode, we find Adi Shankara's humanism. Many people say that he is an intellectual giant who has given the Jnana Marga. He has equally given the path of devotion. Hundreds and thousands of stutis, stavams, prayers have been given to the society. He is himself a great devotee. Lakshmi Nrisimha Stotram and a host of such prayers praising the glory of God are given to us by Adi Shankara. First, he is a humanist. Next, he is a devotee. Third, he is a perfectionist. He wanted everybody to be perfect. That is the reason why he gave us Advaita. Advaita is a method by which we reach a state of perfection. Dvaita, Visishtadvaita and Advaita are the three stages. In society, before marriage, husband and wife are two. When they marry, they are parts of the system called marriage. And finally, when they grow old, they become one in love. When Sri Rama asked Anjaneya how he looked at him, Hanuman said, when I have the body consciousness, I am your dasa servant, you are different, I am different. When I have the Jivatma Bodha, I am the Jiva, you are the Paramatma, you are the whole, I am the part, I am a part of the whole. Next, he reached the highest state, Tvamevaham Ahameva Tvam. An employee initially finds himself to be different. Next, he becomes a part of the organization. Third, he identifies himself with the organization. It is with the total identification with the institution or organization we reach the perfect state of administration. And Buddhism was Sunyavada. Adi Shankara is a positive Paripurnavada. When everything is removed, neti, finally there is a nothing according to Buddha. And Adi Shankara says, there remains the fragrance. When the onion is peeled out, nothing remains, but the smell remains. Similarly, when Netivada is taken, ultimately one thing remains, Atman, Brahman, Bhagavan. Therefore, Adi Shankara is called Prachanna Bauddha to some extent. Buddhism is to preach Shunyavada. Adi Shankara is to take us to the highest state of spiritual sublimity, Brahmatvam, Advaitam. Advaita is perfect state. Advaita is the sublime state. Advaita includes your devotion. Even to have the Advaita Vasana, Bhagavan's Anugraha is needed. Adi Shankara is the supreme person, useful with his Advaita to be practiced in reality. Advaita is practical Vedanta. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you very much.